Oh, we're shooting an episode today?
Shooting some HOIA.
Maybe I should have come more prepared. Welcome to HOIA, healthy, organic, inspired Asian food and cooking. I'm Diane Yang Kirk, and today we are making Taiwanese beef noodle soup. This savory bowl of yumminess is considered the national dish of Taiwan for a reason. The beef is fork tender, the noodles are chewy, and the soup is bursting with flavor. It's phenomenal. If you like what you see in this episode, please give the video a like. And if you want more healthy, organic, inspired Asian recipes, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell button so you never miss a new episode. Let's get started. Taiwanese beef noodle soup is most oftenly made with beef shank, which is the top of the leg, and the beef shank is delicious for the soup because it needs to cook for a long time, and therefore all the flavors will infuse. Generally, beef shank is tough and sinewy, but when you cook it for a really long time, it is amazingly tender. You generally won't find beef shank in the pre-packaged refrigerator section at your grocery store, so you need to see your butcher. My recipe calls for about 3 pounds of boneless beef shank, so 2 or 3 pieces is perfect. If your butcher is super cool, like mine is, you can ask him to cut it for you. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Your butcher's really cool if he can cut it. My butcher's really cool because he cut it. If you have to cut it yourself, you need a really sharp knife and some elbow grease. You don't have to cut them into small pieces to start, maybe about 5 or 6 pieces for each shank. We're gonna cut them into smaller pieces later. Soak your beef shank in ice cold water for about 10 minutes, and this will draw out the blood, which helps in keeping the soup really clear. Even though the broth is dark, we really like it to be super clean. I have a large pot of water which I'm going to bring to boil, and now I'm adding in my beef shank pieces. This is what I call a first round cleaning of the beef. I'll explain later. Place the lid on and let this boil for about 10 minutes. This soup includes some exotic spices, which gives it its distinctive signature flavor. We've got star aniseed, black peppercorns, garlic, red chili pepper, and ginger. I'm going to slice about 1.5 inches of ginger into a few thin slices. It doesn't have to be exact because it's going to be removed from the soup later anyway. I have a HOIA tip for you. These are disposable tea bags. This one's small and this one's medium sized. I'm gonna use these to hold my spices so it's easily removed from the soup later. No spice fishing today. You get to eat faster. If you have a large tea bag, you can easily put all the ingredients inside, and if you don't, you can just use 2 small ones. I'm gonna put all the dry ingredients in one bag and the non-dry ingredients, the ginger and the garlic, in the other. 5 or 6 cloves of star aniseed, 1 tablespoon of black peppercorns. If you don't have one of these tea bags, just use regular pepper. It would be really hard to fish these out of your soup. I have 4 dried chili peppers. I'm just gonna tear them in half before I put them in my bag. There are seeds inside, so just make sure you get all the seeds inside the bag. And then I just give this a fold over. That's the dry spices pouch, all done. In the second pouch, I'm going to put 5 cloves of garlic. And before I add my ginger, I'm just going to put my knife over it and give it a smash. HOIA! 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 Oh, garlicky. And then just the rest of my ginger. It's actually good to have the bag really full so that way it all stays inside the bag and it doesn't fall out of the bag because it's loose. Does that make sense? It should make sense. It's full. Full. A couple of vegetables going into the soup to help with the flavor. Half an onion and also a Roma tomato. And I'm just going to quarter the onion. In this case, I cut the half in half, but I'm going to cut the whole of the Roma tomato into quarters. I prefer using Roma tomatoes in this soup because it holds up to cooking. This is some dirty beef. The first round of cooking is so that we can remove all of this gook. We're not keeping that in our soup. Drain the pot, rinse the beef in cold water, and make sure you also clean the pot. Unless you have an extra one laying around, and then you can have your husband do the dishes for you. I've got my clean beef and my clean pot, and I'm going to put it back in my tomato and onion and my 2 seasoning packets. I'm adding 10 cups of water to my pot. Oh, gonna need a little extra overflow. Put the lid on, bring it to a boil, and then slow simmer it for at least 2 hours. We're gonna wait for our beef to become extra tender. I just discovered this amazing contraption. It's an Instapot, and it takes pressure cooking to the next level. I'm not being paid to say this, I just really love this thing, and it works amazing. Instead of the 2, 3, or 4 hours that it takes to make the soup, you could get it done in one of these in under an hour. My beef soup has been simmering for about 2 hours, and I'm gonna show you another tip. I have so many tips in this episode. Have you ever noticed that when you've had soup with meat in it from restaurants, when you're done, you might have a little bit of a tummy ache? That's probably because hidden in the soup or floating on top when you didn't know was a layer of fat that came off of the meat. The reason why restaurants may skip this step is because it's skipping a step, and also there's a lot of flavor in the fat. Don't you worry, in my soup there's all the flavor and none of that fat. This is how I avoid it. I'm going to separate my ingredients from the broth, and this is a great time for me to also remove my seasoning packet, my tomato and onions from the beef. Then I'm going to refrigerate my broth. When it's cool, you will notice a layer of fat which you can easily skim off because it's hardened. We're going to need a second bowl. I have the contents of the soup which is strained, so I'm going to take out the pods, some of the tomato peels, that onion. If you don't have the tea bag, then you'll catch the ingredients at the bottom of the strainer, so no worries. I'm going to cut my beef into bite-sized pieces. I don't know about you, but I like my beef to be pretty clean. I don't like all this cartilage and all that stuff. It's just a personal preference. Some people don't care. I just don't like it. So this is where I remove it all. It's actually okay to leave some of the cartilage in with the beef, and that's what gives the beef its chewy texture. It's really good. I skimmed the fat off the cold soup and I put it back into my pot. That's a lot of back and forthness. That's why the soup is so special. It's actually my husband's favorite soup, and yeah, he must do something special to deserve it. My cut beef goes back into the soup again. The soup stock has about half the flavor profile we are creating. We're gonna add the rest of it now. A 1/4 cup of soy sauce. It seems like a lot, but there's a lot of soup here and there's no salt in it whatsoever. Also, a 1/4 cup of rice wine. It's the Chinese cooking type, not sake. This is beef bouillon. I love this brand because it doesn't have any MSG, and it definitely helps to pump up the beef flavor even more in this soup. 2 tablespoons. This is the organic reduced sodium version. Taste your broth and you can tell whether you want a little bit more or a little bit less. And 1 to 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. Once again, depending on your taste. Oh, I guess I'm going for 2. Some beef soup enthusiasts might say that the soup needs to be just a drop sweet, the tiniest bit. So it really is, once again, up to you. You can add just a little bit of agave or brown sugar to taste. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of agave. Beef soup made in a restaurant often gets its flavor from MSG, which I definitely do not cook with. So agave helps to bring out more of the flavor, which otherwise the MSG would have done. 1 teaspoon of 5-spice powder. Even though this is beef soup, you know me, I'm definitely not going to skimp on the vegetables. I have 1½ onions, the other half left over from before, sliced into about 1/2 inch thick. 4 more Roma tomatoes, sliced into wedges. And 1 zucchini, sliced into little smiles. It's all going in. Whoa, my pot is just big enough. I'm going to put the lid back on, and it goes back on the stove for 1 more hour. We're ready to make our noodles, which means it's almost time to eat. So excited. I've got 2 different kinds of noodles which are commonly served with Taiwanese beef noodle soup. This is the thick and chewy wheat noodle, and this is the thin and also chewy egg noodle. These are both fresh. You can find it in the refrigerated section at your Asian grocery store. If you have to use dry, that's fine also. But these are way better. My water has come to a boil, and my favorite with the soup are the wheat noodles. So I'm going to cook it for me. 3 or 4 minutes in boiling water, and the noodles should be al dente. Take it out, give it a rinse, and it's kind of just like making spaghetti. And you egg noodles, don't worry, I love you too.
You like some hair with your noodles?
This is my Buddha beer, and I'm rubbing the Buddha belly to make my beef boil better. Maybe it'll make my belly better. Beautifully better. Booyah. In all honesty, this soup takes a little bit of time to make. If you're using a regular pot, I recommend starting the afternoon or evening before, refrigerating the broth overnight so you can skim off the fat, and finishing off the next day. It's definitely worth it. And now it's time to bowl, and this one is definitely going to be a strike. I've got my noodles at the bottom of my large bowl. There's a lot of goodies in this, so you definitely want the biggest bowl you can find. This is cut baby bok choy. I like my bok choy to be only lightly cooked, so I'm gonna add it in here, but if you like it more cooked, you can add it into your broth 5 minutes before you plate. I've got my piping hot beef soup right over my bok choy and noodles. Make sure you dig down below so you can get a bunch of that beef. These are some bean sprouts, which are optional. I like adding them to my soup because it's just a little extra crunch. You can serve it on the side. A sprinkle of green onion, chopped. Also a little bit of cilantro. Lastly, a small drizzle of toasted sesame oil. While the soup has magnificent flavor on its own, sometimes people just want a little bit more. You can serve the soup with soy sauce, hoisin sauce, some hot chili oil, or sriracha on the side. And there you have it, a healthy and delicious Taiwanese beef noodle soup. I know there are a lot of steps to making this soup, and it takes some extra time and care, but it is absolutely worth it. The flavor is truly unforgettable. HOIA! Do 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 do. Welcome to HOIA! Ooh, HOIA! Cut it, cut it. What's the next line? Hold on. Butcher's really cool if he can cut it. If he can cut it.
Your butcher's really cool if he can cut it. My butcher's really cool because he
Cut it. Okay.
Cut it.
I'm trying so hard not to smile.
Did that make sense? I'll explain in a little bit. No?
Now I'm gonna splash it all over my shirt.
Oh!
Did I will that?
Yes. Don't will any of that. Okay. Flavorful flavor. Flavor flav. Wah wah. Is that what is it? This is not a clock. So it gives it,
Distinctive signature, yes.
Stop it, you guys. I have some chopped baby bok choy. Baby back ribs. No. I think the French one. My beef boop, 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 boop. Oh no! Beef boil better. No, I'm gonna do it all. Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yay! If you enjoyed this episode of HOIA Food and Cooking, please like this video and share it with your friends. New videos will be going up each week on my channel, so please subscribe to see the latest delicious, healthy, organic, inspired Asian food recipes. I'd love to hear from you, so please comment below and tell me what you loved about this video, and also what dishes you'd like to see me prepare in the future. HOIA!